Hi, I'm Jeremiah Proffitt.
And I'm Chandra Proffitt.
And today on Proffitt's Resurrection Land Cruisers TV,
we're going to talk about this yellow monstrosity right here behind us.
Yes, we are. And then we're going to talk about some different levels of restoration and where to draw the line on a Land Cruiser if you're not going all the way with a restoration.
Then we're going to let you in on a little secret on how we organize our labor and production.
Stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode.
As you can see, this build is slightly different than most of our normal builds. We've widened it 20 inches, stretched at 70, and this is to accommodate the 14 passengers that Wildside 4x4 Tours is going to take up in Estes Park, Colorado. This rig is so big, we're going to let the guys tell you more about it.
The roll cage alone in this vehicle has 300 feet of wire, truly over the top.
Jordy gets to work on the top end of the wiring, and I get to do the bottom down here. Get it all tied together.
Who built all this stuff?
Unfortunately, me.
Hey Roy, what do you got to say about working on O'Malley?
O'Malley? Who's O'Malley?
Well, here guys, here's what I have to say about O'Malley, okay? Seriously, please, help. O'Malley has almost taken my life.
You know that big yellow Land Cruiser?
What yellow Land Cruiser?
Lots and lots of body work. Tons of body work.
A lot of hours, man. And I started on that when I first got here.
The same amount of material if used on another application, such as a garage floor, would cover 3 car bays. If we tried to put the same material on vehicle truck beds, we could do 13 different trucks with it.
Who bent all this tubing and made all these welds?
I didn't do all the welds. Did some of them.
Most of them.
The pretty ones. Oop, cut that out.
For the paint on this truck, we use PPG Delphi Evolution polyurethane paint in Corvette Velocity Yellow. Polyurethane paint is used in the fleet truck industry. It's more durable than conventional car paint, and it's made to hold up to a lot more wear and tear. I have a feeling this truck is going to need it.
Don't let Alex fool you. This project was primarily his for the first 6 months it was here. He built this whole thing. And now everybody swoops in at the end to steal all the credit. But right there, genius behind this monstrosity.
Nightmare.
This truck is so big that we could not build it on a regular Toyota frame, so we used an F350 Ford frame. And we also put a 6-liter Chevy Vortec with 450 horsepower in it.
A build like this really lets you use your imagination, and this thing has all kinds of crazy cool accessories. Lights all over the cage, pointing in every direction. A rear bumper with 3 receiver hitches for some reason, probably to tow 3 water skiers or 3 trailers at the same time. And check this out, every passenger even has their own panic button.
Smoky.
It's smoking! Crack, 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 crack. No.
One of the problems we run into doing a partial restoration like this is knowing exactly where to draw the line. For instance, we were replacing the sheet metal around these wheel wells. Somebody had put the aftermarket flares on and cut out the sheet metal, so we wanted to return that back to the stock look. Had to weld in some repair pieces, this whole lip. And due to the fact that this is single thickness sheet metal, that is also going to carry this repair on into the inside of the vehicle, where we're going to have to do some grinding, some filling, and actually some refinish work on the inside as well. And with these old Toyotas, when you get into them, you find little other things that need repaired. We had to do some repair work on this corner and some other stuff down lower, and that's all going to need repaired in order to give this thing a nice look. So after we complete our repairs, now we are going to have to paint not only the outside but the inside as well. And this is where it still gets tricky as far as drawing the line, because depending on the condition of the rest of the vehicle, the older repair or the original paint can suffer by comparison.
Matt is absolutely right. It's so hard to figure out when to draw the stopping line. This rig, of course, there was an extra antenna right here, and there was another extra antenna on the other side. So now we've got to fix the rear of the vehicle and refinish it, refinish up through at least this part of the cowling, but then guess what? There was rust repair on the fenders. There's an extra hole in the hood. The paint is almost completely worn off of the wiper motor cover. Where do you stop? The next step is an entire vehicle paint job. And while you're at it, you might as well refinish the underside. And while the body's off, you should remove the drivetrain and powder coat the frame. It seems a little extreme, but that's just the kind of way that it normally rolls here. So we really try hard to work with you on a good stopping point, but keep in mind there isn't always a great one.
This 83 Land Cruiser is another good example of having a kind of a struggle as far as where to draw the line on the repairs. It initially started out as a rear sill replacement. It had some rust coming through in the rear sill, but by the time we got done chasing that rust, we had basically found some rust in just about every body panel on this vehicle. So what started out as a simple repair with a spot in has turned into a complete exterior repaint, which is also going to be beneficial because half of this vehicle had been painted in base clear and half in single stage. And those two paints are going to weather and turn different colors unevenly. So instead of having that panel or two that sticks out, this thing's going to be looking good for many, many years to come now.
That's right, this Land Cruiser actually morphed its way into what we call a true Stage 2 restoration. And we don't do very many of them. A Stage 2 on an FJ40 is one where the body tub is never removed from the frame, but all the rest of the body parts come off and are sandblasted typically, and they're refinished individually. The only thing that hasn't been repainted on this vehicle is the dashboard itself. And so a Stage 2 restoration is a way to get your body at least completely cosmetically refinished without getting into any of the frame or drivetrain or mechanical. So these two restorations are the kind of restorations that we specialize in. They are both Stage 3 body off restorations. This is a 1984 BJ42 that's a body off Stage 3 restoration, and we're putting the Cummins R2.8 in it. And this is a 1966 FJ45 pickup, also with a Cummins diesel, also a body off Stage 3 restoration, and we love them. Bob's gonna tell you why.
Stage 3 restorations are what we prefer to do because it allows us to put our hands on every component of the vehicle. You never know what's lurking beneath old body work from previous restorations. So this way we know exactly what we're dealing with, making it possible to eliminate all the rust and start from scratch. We use all OEM replacement parts when still available. We restore and refinish every part down to the smallest fastener. The Land Cruisers are better than new when we are done.
A monumental task such as this Land Cruiser, which requires thousands and thousands of tasks, could be very daunting. And one might wonder who's telling everyone what to do. Actually, no one. We use a system based on Toyota's production system called Scrum. As you can see behind me on the board here, every little task is on an individual post-it note. We have 3 categories: do, doing, and done. It makes it simple to find out what we need to do, what is going to be done, and what is already done. We plan every project once a week, and we meet every morning to figure out who's going to do what by when.
That's it. Thanks for watching this episode, episode 18 of Proffitt'S Resurrection Land Cruisers TV.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Proffitt'S Resurrection Land Cruisers, Instagram at Pro Cruiser, and our website is resurrectionlandcruisers.com.
That's right. So this was 18. That means you can go back and watch 17 all the way back through number 1. Binge watch, tell your friends, share it. We'd love to see more people and more likes on our episodes, and don't forget to comment. Thanks a lot.
All right. Angelic. Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been rolling for like a minute and 52 seconds.
Yeah, I've got 317.
Don't cover up my Justin Bieber bracelet. Never say never. Whatever you do.
It's upside down.
Not to me.
I think that
Not
the
to me.
bracelet should go the other way around.
All I care about is that I can read it.
Oh, thank you, Billy,
See?
for spinning it the right way.
There's plenty.
It's interesting, something different. There was some other thing. You were going to do the social
gonna
media,
reference-
and then I was going to say,
You know, I feel like all these various signal wires are easy
I have no idea. Come back with you.
Yeah. So you could pull it out. You know what I mean? You're saying the loopy loops.
No clue.